Hola, ¿qué pasa? It's me, Susanna. With my newly named, I've decided to go from Mommy Blogs to Susie Blogs. Probably mentioned that last week, I don't remember. So many things have gone on, and now that I finally got quiet time in my house, which is like miraculous when it's quiet, I thought that, I don't know, I would do my blog. My blog is more for me, but also so that I could reflect and see myself instead of some piece of paper like I used to do in a journal. And also because I want to remember how I'm feeling about things, like literally. And should anything ever happen to me, at least I have like a video blog, and maybe one day kids that I don't talk to will see it or whatever. There are parts of this blog that might be a little personal kind of thing to me, but being as it was April 11th, I thought that I should face it. There you go. I figured if I faced my fears, my demons, my sadness, my pains, whatever, then I can do better, be better, and feel healthier. So today, on April 11th, 1992, I had gone to the Family Planning Associates Medical Group, and I had my first ultrasound. See that? Yeah. I was supposed to have been 26 millimeters, I don't know, correlates to 14 weeks, plus or minus 1.5 weeks, so probably 14 weeks. This was time in my life where I was stupid, naive, dumb. I believe I was 16 years old. My mom was really not very happy with me, as I would not have blamed her. And I still kind of can't believe that I did this. I had to get the crying done before the video because I just, I hate seeing myself cry on video. So I did that. It's just kind of hard to imagine that I really did do this. And to be perfectly honest, what happened was I had this boyfriend. His name was Philip. And then I had, dumped him, whatever, went to Maryville, etc. And then I met James. And, did things that kids shouldn't be doing at our ages, okay? I had done with James, but I was still in love with Philip. And here's where I get the whole teenage drama thing, because it was complicated even for me. And but unfortunately, my consequence was I got pregnant, and I chose the path that not a lot of people probably choose. I could tell you that as a grown mom who's lived this, been there, done that, and had to remember for now 21 years or something? No, 20 years, give or take. That I did this, and I can't believe I did it. And I remember being all weirded out about a first ultrasound and gooey stuff, and I don't know, I think that I could have made a different decision, like, kept my legs closed like my mom always told me, but I didn't listen. And so this was one of the many lessons I had to learn in my life. Don't use abortion as birth control. It's not cool. Don't mess around if you don't have to. You shouldn't. Okay, at 16 years old, it's just not cool. And I can't be a hypocrite because I know that kids this day and age are doing things that they're not supposed to, because I've been there, I've done it, I was the kid. It's taken me 20 years to really even accept that I did this, I guess, or to bring it up. And I guess this is one of those many things that in the last almost 6 months of, something else I have going on, giving me a lot of self-reflection. And I just had to say that don't do it. The best way to not put yourself in this situation is just don't have sex. Not until you're an adult, at least you're old enough to understand the consequences or any of that, because, I don't know how many people out there, okay, try to say, oh, it's like nothing, and they do it over and over and over again. I'll never understand that, but me, it was one time, and it stuck with me forever. Needless to say, this was rather uncomfortable, okay, in the whole boyfriend-girlfriend department, and, well, Philip didn't take it very well, and James was a bit more supportive than I had ever thought he would be, actually. I thought I was going to lose both of them, and maybe it would have been better, I don't know. But this is one of those many things that, as they say, one thing that you do in life affects many other cycles of things that will happen, and this was one of those beginning things that I'm sure affected my life in many ways. I know I graduated a couple months later, a year in advance with honors, and, went on to CNA school, independent living, etc. And being a kid of Maryville, this was not an acceptable thing to do. And so over the course of the next couple of days, you might see me a little emotional because truly, from the paperwork, it lasted about 6 days worth of, do you want to think about it? And are you sure? And, when you get to a certain point, there is no going back. And I was at that point where the moment they started and they put that first little weird stick thing in me, I freaked out. I cried and I wanted it out, and it was already too late. They were already dilating me and taking out the baby. That, believe it or not, I just had to keep the paperwork to never forget. I mean, I have ultrasounds of all my other pregnancies and everything, and, for many people, I've just basically said that I miscarried, whatever. It's not something that you really feel comfortable about, but it is April. It's Child Abuse Awareness Month, and, Sexual Abuse Awareness Month and all that stuff, and I've seen a lot of things go across my Facebook page about abortions, and I thought, maybe if I blog about it, I'll feel better. And I don't know that I necessarily feel better, but I've gotten it off my chest, and I don't forget that I could have had a probably almost 21-year-old. And thus, I think, when they talk about karma and karma coming back at you, I think, wow, maybe this is why my firstborn truly hates me, because, this happened to me, and then I truly did have 2 miscarriages, like, a year later, no, 2 years, 3 years later, sorry, because in between I had a child that I'm not allowed to talk about right now, and I don't really want to talk about right now. So we're going to talk about my mistake and how you shouldn't make this mistake and how it's a horrible mistake to make, and life itself is truly valuable. Just, if you don't want to be in that position, you shouldn't put yourself in that position. And for me, being me, it stuck with me forever. I'll never forget how mad my mom was because, I wouldn't eat, and she was freaking out to her boyfriend. She won't eat, and it's not healthy for her, it's not healthy for the baby, and I didn't even want to be pregnant. I was a kid and stupid, and I don't know, I guess, it was kind of surreal for me, but I remember how I was feeling, and it was just bizarre and awkward, and so, I don't know, but, if it could have went the other way and I could have miscarried, I think that might have been better for me. To Philip and to James, I'm kind of sorry for that whole, way back then thing that was kind of just not cool of me. It wasn't. It's very inappropriate behavior to be with 2 different guys at 2 different times and then be like, well, I don't know whose it could be or couldn't be, or, and they didn't really do DNA stuff back then and everything, and so, I'm sorry. Sorry to them, and sorry to the unborn baby I never got to have that's up in heaven, I hope, somewhere. And, I guess I can just say it changed me as a person, definitely growing up, and, I'll never forget it. So, that's my babble about that today. Family Planning Associates, I cringe when I hear their name. I cringe at abortion, and if you show me an abortion picture, I bust out crying. And do I pray about it? Yes. Do I ask for forgiveness? Yes. Have I forgiven myself yet? I'm not quite sure that I have. So I just thought, hey, let's blog about it and see how I feel later. So with that, I bid you all adieu, goodbye, adios, ciao, bye. Oh, thanks for listening.